Hello, I'm Wink Martindale, and I welcome you to Part 1 in this, the world of Rodgers, Hart, and Hammerstein. After long and highly distinguished careers with other collaborators like Lorenz Hart and Jerome Kern, Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein II joined forces to create the most consistently successful partnership in the American musical theater, creating Oklahoma, Carousel, South Pacific, The King and I, Me and Juliet, Pipe Dream, Flower Drum Song, Sound of Music, and many other successes for both the theater and screen. Thank you for choosing this audiobook, which had its beginning in the 1970s when, for my radio show, I produced a 75th birthday celebration honoring Mr. Rodgers.
Thank you, Mr. Martindale. I appreciate this birthday party, and I'm grateful to you for arranging it.
And thanks to a one-on-one interview with both Rodgers and Hammerstein, most of their story will be told in their own words and by friends who knew them best.
Regarded by much of the world as America's best-loved composer, Richard Rodgers achieved this distinction by providing the music for the lyrics by two men, each of whom had been his good friend and constant companion. First, Larry Hart, and then from 1942 until his death in 1960, Oscar Hammerstein II. The history of the American musical play is largely the story of Dick Rodgers. His conversation will involve some of the old and some of the new, some of the memorable milestones of another day, like A Connecticut Yankee, The Garrick Gaieties, and Dearest Enemy.
These shows that you're now talking about occurred very, very early in our lives. See, the Garrick Gaieties was before my 23rd birthday.
It's rather remarkable to look back over the whole panorama of Richard Rodgers' life since the age of 23, when he suddenly became a success. What did success do for this very young man? How did it affect him?
Well, I think I was very lucky. I came from a middle-of-the-road family financially. There was enough to send my brother and me through college, enough to send me to the Institute of Musical Art. We never had to worry about the next meal, so that I didn't have to leap at the wrong thing to help support my family or to support myself. I had backing, which made it comfortable. On the other hand, we weren't so poor that sudden money threw me off balance, which is a good thing. So you're 55 years old and living comfortably, and nobody interferes with your work or your living, and you're grateful for it. And out of gratitude, you don't push people around. You don't throw your weight around any more than you can help, and you can usually help it. And out of the same sense of gratitude, you try as hard as you can to help other people.
Rodgers and Hart's first Broadway show was in 1919. The next year, they had 6 songs and a show titled Poor Little Ritz Girl. And then for the next 5 years, absolutely nothing.
And then in 1920...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?